Happy resurrection.
Oh, thank you.
It's always great when you can have one, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Today I'm going to talk about the vision of innocence, chapter 20 in the Course in Miracles. It's called the Holy Week, which the Course in Miracles defines as the week in which you accept that you're innocent. It's the innocent week.
Yeah.
That's what we've been dealing with. And it says this, last Sunday we're saying this is Palm Sunday. But what we're doing is we're celebrating the victory and the acceptance of the truth. Today we're going to celebrate the victory, which means we're going to celebrate that we accept the truth. This is the day that I accept the truth.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with whether you accept the truth. This is the day I accept the truth. And so let's not spend this beautiful week brooding on the crucifixion, brooding on all the things that's caused us pain, all the things that's upset us, but we're going to spend this week happily. This is the week that we're going to celebrate our release. This is the week you're going to celebrate your freedom. This is the week you're going to celebrate that you're free. This is the week that you're going to celebrate that you're free. Then the Course goes on to say Easter is the sign of peace, not pain. Easter is the sign of peace, not pain. In most of the world, Easter is celebrated as all about the crucifixion. The Course in Miracles is saying, no, we're going to celebrate the peace. We're going to celebrate the resurrection. We're going to celebrate that what we really are cannot be killed. What we really are cannot be destroyed. What we really are is spirit. And who we really are can never die. A slain you has no meaning, but a risen you becomes the symbol that you've forgiven yourself. And when you forgive yourself, that's the sign you look upon yourself as healed and whole. So when you've forgiven yourself, you see yourself as whole. When you've forgiven yourself, you don't feel like there's anything missing in you. When you've forgiven yourself, you don't feel like there's anything lacking in you. When you've forgiven yourself, you don't feel like there's anything missing in you. So number one, we're going to celebrate that we've accepted the truth. Number two, we're going to not spend this week focusing on our story and brooding all the time. We're going to celebrate that we are free and that we have been released. And you being slain, beat up, killed, and done in, that really doesn't have any meaning. But your getting up and partying like a big dog is a symbol that you are a risen Christ. All right, you right clear about that? Okay, sad facts need not apply.
This week.
Okay, this week. This week. Anybody got any questions about that first paragraph in the Course? So that's what Easter is really about. It's really about the celebration that you are healed and that there's nothing missing in you and that you're innocent and what you really are can never be destroyed. That's what. So the next paragraph says, this week begins with palms and ends with lilies, the white and holy sign that the child of God is innocent. The white and holy sign that the child of God is innocent. So we need to stop letting any sign of crucifixion intervene upon the journey and its purpose. The purpose is for you to accept the truth, and the purpose is for you to express the truth. So you got to accept it and express it. Accept it and express it. If I love you, I'm going to accept that I love you, and I'm going to express that I love you. If I'm free, I'm going to accept my freedom, and I'm going to express my freedom. First you accept it, then you express it. You have to accept it before you can express it. You have to accept it before you can express it. People are thinking they can express love who have not accepted love within themselves. It's ridiculous. You can't give anybody what you don't have. You can't hate yourself all day and turn around and think you're going to give some love to somebody at night. I said it again. You can't put yourself down. You can't put yourself down and be criticizing yourself all the time and condemning yourself all the time and not seeing yourself as enough all the time and then turn around thinking you're going to give somebody something that's real and loving. If you haven't accepted, you can't express it. Deep. So this week we're going to celebrate life. We're not going to celebrate death. We're going to honor your perfect and complete purity. I know you may have heard you were sinful and that you were guilty and even maybe that you were born in sin and born in guilt, but that's a choice on your part if you choose to continue to believe that. Because today you have the power to choose what you want to believe. So there's no excuse to keep on believing something that you don't have to believe when you got the freedom to believe something else. So today I'm going to challenge you to honor your perfect innocence and not what you think of as your sins. I'm going to challenge you to offer the people around you lilies and not thorns. I had a good time with a girl named Lily, but that's a whole nother story. Okay.
Her evil twin thorns.
Lily and her evil twin.
Thorns and hurt
That's right. That's right. It's a very interesting kind of menage a trois. You, your fear, and your love.
Right. Yes.
The three of y'all hanging out. You know what I'm saying? And so the Course says, do I want to give you the gift of love or do I want to give you the gift of fear? Do I want to give you freedom or do I want to give you limitation? Do I want to let you be who you really are or do I want to make you what I want you to be for my own personal reasons? I want to make you what I want you to be for my own personal reasons. But I absolutely love you as long as you do them. The minute you stop doing what I like, I'm through with you. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. So the gift of love and what? Not the gift of fear. Okay, so picture this. You stand beside a person, you got thorns, which is fear and attack in one hand, and then you got lilies, which is your freedom and your love in the other hand. And he says, you're uncertain which one you want to give. I got love in my heart to give you, and I got judgment to give you. And I'm standing right next to you, and I'm trying to decide which one I want to give you. Do I want to give you the love, or do I want to give you the judgment? Do I want to give you the peace, or do I want to tell you what's wrong with you? So the Course says, I need to offer you the forgiveness and throw away the attack. And to throw the thorns away. It says, this Easter, I'm going to give you the gift of my forgiveness. This Easter, I'm going to give everybody in this room the gift of my forgiveness. What is the gift of my forgiveness?
Throwing away your thorns.
Throwing away my thorns, throwing away the attack, throwing away the judgment, throwing away the fear. Deciding not to judge you, deciding not to criticize you, deciding not to condemn you. Today I'm going to decide whether or not I'm going to give you forgiveness or whether I'm going to judge you. What's up, brother? I'm telling you, I love that outfit. That's great. I wish I could wear that. I want them ears.
You got some pretty good ears on right now.
That's right, I do.
I'm
You like that?
impressed.
You like that?
Yeah.
My Easter bunny.
So-
My Easter bunny. So you stand next to your job, your boss, and you're trying to decide whether or not to hit him upside the head with a rack or forgive him. You stand beside your sister, your brother, your mother, your father, your friends, and you're trying to decide, do I want to give them judgment or do I want to give them love? And so the Course says, throw away the judgment, give them the love. Throw away the thorns, give them the lilies. Because I want to give you my forgiveness and you can give me your forgiveness. I'm going to see you correctly, which the Course defines as forgiveness as correct perception. So I'm going to see you correctly in a loving way, and then they give you the opportunity to see me correctly in a loving way. Do you want to do it or not? The Course says, I can't join with you if I'm crucifying you. I can't join with you if I'm crucifying you. I can't join with you if I'm always attacking you. I can't love you if I'm always attacking you. So the Course says, the resurrection, my reawakening, all forms of forgiveness.
This is all the forgiveness we're having.
That's right, you're seeing it correctly. Which is everybody walking through is innocent.
Yes.
That's right.
That's right, absolutely.
Like a little parade.
That's right, Easter parade.
Easter parade.
That's right.
Complete with bunny.
Complete with bunny ears and everything. I mean, we playing that. But
Yes, that's right.
it's exactly at 125. That's what happens. So are you following me so far?
Yes.
In other words, your forgiveness is not complete until you take you off the hook.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Your forgiveness is not complete until you take you off the hook, till you stop condemning you, until you stop putting you down. You may think you're forgiving everybody else and trying to see everybody else different,
Right.
but your forgiveness isn't complete until you stop condemning yourself for the things you think you've done. That's when your forgiveness is correct. And you're like, wow, that's when your forgiveness is correct. That's when your forgiveness is correct. That's when your forgiveness is complete. That's when your forgiveness is resting on Christ. And the Course says, you know what Christ is? When it says Christ, it's talking about your real self. It's talking about the part of you that's only love. It's talking about the part of you that's invulnerable, that's strong, that's spiritual, that's innocent. That's the Christ. It's the part of you that's still connected to what you really are. It's you as you were created, and you were created whole and complete and beautiful and innocent. God, if I'm not saying this stuff that'll put people to sleep, I don't know what I'm doing. There's going to be some snoring in here in about 5 minutes flat. I'm telling everybody they're innocent, they deserve love, they're not sinful, they're not guilty. They're like in a knocker class out quicker than you can possibly imagine is to tell people loving things about themselves. It's the hardest thing in the world to hear. But if I was saying, you're going to hell, brother! brothers and sisters. You're going to freaking hell! Then the pastor dancing around and they tied. Tell people they love it and they deserve love and they're innocent and they've never sinned. You're lucky to ever see them again. It took me a while to be able to hear loving things about myself and receive them and not deflect them.
Yep.
I had to work on that just to stop them. I hear some things, so I've been hearing things so beautiful in my ears that I have to breathe. I just stop. And go, okay, I reached my upper limit. Let me stop a minute so that I can expand my capacity to receive enough to continue to receive what you're saying to me.
Amen.
Because you reached my limit.
Yeah.
Doggone it. So I want to be an upper limit for you. I want to test your capacity to receive loving thoughts about you. And it doesn't make any difference whether you believe it or not, because the truth doesn't have anything to do with your belief.
Thank God.
The truth doesn't have anything to do with your belief. It's true whether you believe it or not. So I can go ahead and tell you the truth. You're innocent, you're powerful, you're strong, you're free, you're gorgeous, you're beautiful, you're eternal,
You're focused.
you're safe, you're focused, you're abundant, you're whole, you're healed. And any part of your mind, anything in your mind that tells you anything other than that is a lie.
Cool. Right.
It's lying to you.
Woo!
It's lying to you.
Right.
Any part of you that tells you anything other than you are perfect and complete is lying to you. But you don't know. But you don't know. You don't know. You don't know what I've done. You don't know what I did just last night. We're not talking about going back years and years. I got a fresh pile of guilt I created just last night. Well, I am here to tell you that you're still innocent.
Yes.
You were just exploring your thought at that moment. That's all it was. That's it. That's it. And nobody has anything happen to them that they're not asking for that happened with you anyway. So, a week is short. A week is short, and yet this whole week has been a symbol of the whole journey that we've undertaken. This whole week is just a symbol of the journey. In other words, when you started out, there was a sign of victory, the Course says. In other words, the promise of your resurrection, the promise of your happiness, the promise of your success was already given you before you even started your journey. This journey, this life is rigged.
Yeah.
It's rigged. It's already set up that you're going to totally win and end up happy and end up lovable and end up in joy. It's already rigged because you're so smart, you wouldn't have agreed to go on a journey that wasn't successful for you.
Yeah. Cool.
You wouldn't have like going, okay, I'm going to fail, let's go do this. No, you would have gone, oh, you mean when I go through these situations and circumstances that allow me to remember who I really am and learn that I'm the innocent child of God, then I'm going to have this unlimited joy and abundance beyond anything I've ever known. That's the way it's going to end up. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a few relationships that make me want to kill myself. Yes. Yeah, that's part of the journey. Oh, you're going to have a few overdrawn checks? Yeah, you set it up like that. But in the end, you're going to be abundant. You're going to have a story. You know, that's what you're doing. You're making your story. Everybody's got to have a story before the big breakthrough.
Yeah.
You have never seen a successful person not give you their story.
Right.
Oh, I failed 3 or 4 times before I became Dr. Bill. You know what I'm saying? So we already know what you're doing right now is you're getting your success story together. Cool. And since some of us show out, then we have more extreme stories than some of us. So when we say our success story, it's going to be, I did about 15 to life. I was showing out. I was showing out. So there's another thing I want to tell you. I want you to stop wandering into the temptation of attacking yourself. I want you to stop wandering into the temptation to attack somebody else, because when you do that, he says, you delay him there. So I want to help you go beyond peace. I want to help you go beyond peace with the light of your own innocence lighting your way. Woo! Yes. And it's lighting your way to your own redemption and release. Okay, so let me get this straight. I want to help you go beyond the conflict you're going through, letting your own innocence guide you, which means I'm going to always move in the direction of what makes me feel innocent and what keeps me aware of my innocence. Yeah. If I feel more innocent as I go in this direction, I'm gonna move in this direction. If I find myself feeling more guilty, then I'm not. I'm gonna let the light of my innocence, the light of who I really am, lead my way. So now I don't do things based on whether or not it's right or wrong. I do things basically on whether or not it's gonna bring me peace and peace to everybody else. That's a much more accurate way to judge your action. You know, I'm gonna go in the direction of my peace. I want to go in the direction of my peace. Peaceful people have bodies with appendages also. Peaceful people can be held. Peaceful people have hands you can hold. Peaceful people, you know, it's just not like you got to go with the crazy one to get the body. And then everybody that's sane, you don't have no physical interest in. Yeah, it's all my head. Yeah, that's about right. You know, the craziest women I ever used to know was the hottest.
Of course.
But that was the prerequisite. They had to be crazy to turn me on because I was crazy. Crazy people just attracted to crazy people. They're not attracted to sane people because they couldn't stay crazy around the same person. So crazy people hang out with each other to reinforce their insanity until they decide they want to be sane again. So you'll never be attracted to somebody who's good for you as long as you want to punish yourself. But the minute you no longer want to punish yourself, you'll always be attracted to people who are good for you. Okay.
You're good for me. You're good for me.
You're good for me.
Yeah.
You're good for me. You're good for me. Tell somebody, you're good for me. You're good for me.
You're good for me. You're good for me.
That's right. You're good for me, man. You're good for me. You're good for me. And so then you say, you good, and then you can say right after that, and that's why I'm not going to try to get to know you any better. That's right. That's right. Listen, 90% of this room, people in this room will not be hanging out with each other after class. Because you're good for me.
Right. You're good.
I can't wait to get back to the person that's not good for me. I'm looking at my watch.
Yes.
We had a dinner.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a trail.
Oh, okay.
It's family day.
It's family day. Family day. So right now, I would like for you to take your relatives off the cross.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take your relatives off the cross.
Yeah.
By forgiving yourself.
Take them off.
Yes.
You see yourself now, just push, you know, this is, what, 21st century? But this time, well, you just push the button to get them off the cross.
Oh, no.
You got to try to get a hand out. You just push the button, fall off the cross. The only sin that they've committed is that they haven't done something I wanted them to do the way I wanted them to do it.
Yeah,
That's their sin. Somehow or another, my script that I had for them was not acted out the way I wanted it to be acted out. That's their sin. That's why I'm crucifying them, because they're not doing what I want them to do the way that I would like it done. So what I'm going to do is show them the face of crucifixion.
Get the switch.
And you know it's funny because as soon as the cell phone rings, they go, "Hey baby, what's going on?" Yeah. Shoot, I don't know, man. I want to go see Prince, but that's too much money. And then as soon as you hang up the phone. That's the way I did the person that I loved. That's the price they paid for my special love. It would come, it would go, it would go, it would come based on what they did or did not do.
Yeah. Right.
And loved them when they did it the way I wanted it. I didn't when they didn't. They were betraying me when they didn't let me control them. We're going to go get counseling for that. And then the next line, see, the Course in Miracles is really a play. Then the next line says, "Hold him not back." That's a deep kind of way to put it. Hold him not back.
Yeah.
Hold him not back with thorns and nails when his redemption is so near. Stop holding that person back with your judgments when their release is so near. And your release, he says, "Let the whiteness of your shining gift of lilies speed him on his way to his resurrection." What the hell did that mean? What it meant, let the idea of your innocence, that gift of your innocence that you're going to give, let that speed that person to their own reawakening to how innocent they are. I'll be such a great witness to how innocent you are that it will speed up your own acceptance of the idea that you deserve happiness, that you deserve love. I'm going to be such a constant witness of the fact that you deserve to be happy. You'll go, maybe I deserve to be happy. Why? Because I'm getting such an incredible witness coming at me right now, reminding me that I deserve love and that I'm loving and that I'm living. Maybe I'm not what I think I am. Maybe that stuff I tell myself, maybe it's not true because of you, because of what you're saying to me. Some people say, well, that's being codependent. I don't care.
Thank you.
That's just a phony excuse not to receive the love that's coming at you and making you think you're weak just because you're letting it in.
Thank
That's
you.
stupid.
Thank you.
Oh, I don't want to need nobody else to tell me I'm happy. Yeah, but you do right now. You wouldn't be doing such a lousy job of loving yourself already. So all y'all can tell me the most wonderful stuff you can think of about me as much as you like to. I will welcome it. I don't mind being codependent. Okay? And then I put those thoughts that I have within my own mind to the contrary, those thoughts will begin to fade. Because how can I keep thinking I'm unlovable and I see everybody around me happy being in my presence? You can't keep thinking that way with witnesses. You know, my reality is so blessed that I can just walk into a room and people are loving each other and acknowledging each other in love. So just to hang out with them, I must be exceptional. To even find myself around my friends, I must be cool. Because I know the coolest people around. I know all the people that people said don't exist. They're my friends, and the reason why you don't see them is safer for all of us. The last thing you want to do when you see yourself as free and innocent is to do a lot of things around people who feel themselves as guilty and sinful, because they are going to judge every freaking thing you do, and they're going to attack you for it. So the first rule of fun is don't be around people that aren't. You know, and what you do, you say, I'm going to show you what fun looks like. So you'll know it's possible. That's my job. I'm going to have a good time so you'll see what it looks like. And then maybe you'll join me one day when you get through punishing yourself for something you never did. Okay? Some people, they're just steadfast in their misery. Like my man said in that song. He was singing on a conference that I did a couple of years ago in South Carolina. And it's called Reverend Yolanda's Country Gospel Curtain.
Reverend who?
And he likes to dress up like a drag queen. So that's how he sung at the conference. And it was fantastic. The people who judge and who don't know how to have fun, they wouldn't come.
Perfect.
Right, because people who judge all the time, they're so limited in their expression of life and they're in seeing what's going on that they're always the last ones to know what's going on around them because their perception is so narrow. You know, so what do? You offer them lilies, you offer them love. You say, hey, that just means you're afraid. That's okay. You're innocent. You can feel like what I do is a sin. That's great. The only thing that really matters is that I don't.
Yeah.
Now, you can think I'm a sinner all night long. Go ahead, because whatever you think about me, you're increasing that thought in your own mind, so you're just increasing your own thought that you're a sinner. Actually, you're not really doing anything to me. Plus, you're witnessing to me that a person who believes that judges and condemns a lot, and that's not what I want to do. So you're also teaching me that that's not the way I want to think for my own happiness, but I'm not going to condemn you for that because you're doing me a favor.
That's right.
You give me an opportunity to see what a person that thinks like you acts like. And that's what everybody does to me. It's like, okay, you give me an opportunity to see what a person like you thinks like and then what you act like. So it's easy to kind of tell what people think like by what they're acting like. You know what I mean? So you don't have to guess whether a person is kind of like a person who's really open and loving. They kind of act like it. You know, like, hey, what's up? Good to see you. You know, it's like, met a few people at a party last night that I hadn't met before, but it was like, hey, when you with yourself everywhere you go, and and the person recognizes they're part of you because they've been on the path just like you have, then you don't spend a whole lot of time trying to get to know each other because you know you already do.
Right.
So you just go straight to the hug.
Yeah.
Hey, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you too. And then you just get into it. You start communicating because there's no barriers to go through with each other because you recognize yourself in front of you.
Yeah.
But people who think they're separate, they come in and go,
Bunch of loonies. Yeah. Looks good to do.
the text judges. 21st century criticism.
Post to Facebook.
That's what I'm talking about. Then they'll post her thing out to the Facebook. I'm telling you, it's funny, you know. But I used to be like that when I was afraid to play.
Yes.
I had to have justification for my fear of fun. So I had to come up with something to judge everybody else about. But the truth was I was afraid to connect.
Right.
So I had to try to make it seem like there was something wrong with them. It couldn't be me.
Right, of course not.
What? I'm awesome. I'm so awesome that I haven't spoken to a person in the room. I'm too awesome to talk. I'm too awesome to say hello. So I'm going to sit in the corner, text judge him, and then wonder why nobody comes over to ask me to dance. I look so open and welcoming. A lot of times in my class, I can see who's going to last 5 minutes in my presentation. I can watch it. As soon as I start talking, I can tell them. Because the first day I go like, so she's got about 10 minutes. They usually discreetly excuse themselves. Which I think is beautiful.
Yes.
I think that's the most loving thing you can do is not like somebody and not stay around them. I used to know people who didn't like me but stayed around. It's like, you really love me, go! No, I'm gonna stay so you can see how much I don't like you. That's how cool I am. I want you to see it.
Yeah.
Because nothing makes you madder than when you're mad at somebody and they don't even know it.
Not at all.
So when you look at people, are you showing them the face of crucifixion?
No.
When they look in your face, are they getting a witness to how unsatisfying you are? Think about that for a minute. When they look at you, do you look sad, miserable? Or when they look at you, do you look joyful because you're looking at them and they're looking at you? These just little questions to ask yourself. Some people, you can't help but smile when you see them. You're seeing them so correctly. Some people, you see them so incorrectly that you don't want to see them at all. You know, you just leave the Course in Miracles class, you run into them in King Super and go down the other aisle. I'm going to practice what he said tomorrow. It's not right now. Oh, he gets some bad peanuts. That's cold, ain't it? That's cold. I hate you so much, I hope you get food poisoning. I don't want you to just have diarrhea. I want you to have diarrhea. Not even the regular kind.
Let's lift up.
I place my future in the hands of God. Yeah, it says something spiritual right after I said some stuff like that. Y'all ever do that? Think something is the last thing, the further thing went from spiritual and loving, and right behind it said, I am the innocent child of God. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Whatever you say about yourself is not follow it up with the truth about you. That you really are innocent. So this is an interesting word. He said, Easter is not the celebration of the cost of sin. Easter is the celebration of the end of the idea of sin. Yeah. So if you see glimpses of the face of love behind this veil, of course, calls my body a veil. It's a veil. Yeah. He says, looking between the snow white petals of the lilies you have received. Then the Course says, you are going to behold your brother's face and recognize it. If I see the beautiful innocence in you, then I'm seeing through the petals. I'm seeing past the veil. The veil is what I think about you. And who you really are, that's who's really there to see. So the veil is nothing but my perception of you. My veil is my judgment on you. And I want to see you beyond my opinions of you. I want to see you beyond my judgments of you. I want to see you beyond who I think you are. I want you to see me beyond who you think I am. That's seeing beyond the veil. Are you willing to do that?
Yes.
Well, I was a stranger till you took me in. You didn't know who I was, and I'm going to be love in your life for doing that. I'm going to be a person in your life that's going to try to be a loving person in your life. So you used to be a stranger to me, and now you are my friend. I see your innocence, and it's deep, deep, deep within. You are like a gorgeous, sensational, cosmic, galactic twin. When I feel you, I love you, I want to be around you, I know who you really are, because you came from way, way afar. You are the resurrection. You are the love. You are the juiciness of God. You are it. You're it. I'm your witness. You love yourself so much that you created a strange black man on Easter Sunday telling you that you're fantastic. Don't tell me you don't have quite the imagination. But you acknowledge yourself, Holy Spirit, on Easter. Easter. With black folks say Easter. We'll kid around. So we're gonna do the financial expression of appreciation. Thank you so much for sharing with me financially. This is what I do for a living. And I got 2 children. I don't want them to eat each other. But I'm not putting no guilt on you on Easter. But I thought I felt a little pain in my back just the other day. I need to go get that checked out. Thank you for your generosity. Those of you on the internet, thank you so much for your generosity. If you want to share also, you can go to www.earlpurdy.com and you can make a contribution there. I take this, I put it on the internet, and then I move. And so I relocate many times. So all these classes are available on the internet, on YouTube and on my website. I'm available for one-on-one sessions called Clarity Sessions, and information about that is on my website. And I'm also doing coaching and tutoring about how to read the course. Like you can sit down in one session with me with it, and I can give you so many tips on how to do that it wouldn't be such a daunting task, and you can find yourself actually doing the studying you've been wanting to do for years but never have done. Take advantage of my 30 years of obsession with this. So that's available too. All right, Spirit is providing us so much support, you know. And then one of my best buddies on earth, Anna Gajawa, is here today, and she's an incredible force to really tonight at 7:30.
Thank you.
At Rocky Mountain Miracle Center over on Bucktail. You get a chance to experience the course through the miraculous abilities of Anna. And also, I'm going to, at the end of the month, at the last part of, I'm here all month until the 28th, I'll be here. I'm going to Chicago to speak at a conference, the International Miracles Conference, and then I'm going to London right after that. So I'll be gone for 3 Sundays. And Anna is going to cover for me while I'm gone. She's awesome, I'm telling you. So I'll be forcing myself to enjoy Europe and doing my sacrificial journey as a teacher. I want to be a voice for love. So did anybody hear any one thing today that they want to remember about themselves? What was the main point you think I was trying to make today about each and every one of us?
That Easter is peaceful.
It's about peace. What else?
Innocence. And today is celebrating your innocence.
Today is celebrating our innocence. And I'll tell you why.
The vision of innocence.
The vision of innocence. Because the Course says that when you feel guilty, it's a request for punishment. And so we create our reality through our consciousness and what we focus in on. So if you're focusing in on your guilt all the time, you're saying to the universe, punish me, punish me, punish me, punish me. And then you wonder where the bank account comes from that doesn't make you happy. You wonder where the relationship comes from that's miserable. You wonder where the job and the career comes from that doesn't give you any satisfaction, or the body that's always giving you this. That's the reflection of the idea, the Course teaches, of unconscious guilt. Believing that you're flawed, believing that you're sinful in some way. That will draw to you events, circumstances, and perceptions that make you very unhappy. Okay, so the core idea that you're innocent, and we've already learned even in this world that an innocent man does not deserve to suffer. Right? So since an innocent man doesn't deserve to suffer, then the more you recognize your innocence, the less you'll create circumstances that cause you pain. So people in your life who remind you of that's not saying we don't make mistakes. Sometimes people think guilt is like something you do just because you made a mistake. A mistake is for correction. A mistake is for correction. It just needs to be fixed. It just needs to be corrected. It's not for punishment. Punishment doesn't correct anything. If I believe 1 and 1 is 4 and you smack me upside my head as punishment, I still think 1 and 1 is 4, but I just have a sore face.
Right.
So punishment doesn't correct anything. You can punish people for what they do and they come right out of prison, they do the same thing again. Because punishment just made them madder. I don't know when we're going to get that until you affect another person's mind and another person's heart, there's no real change that's going to be made if they don't change their thinking. But that's not where people who are unconscious go. They go straight to the punishment they think they deserve because of how guilty they think they are. So the person who wants everybody else to be punished is the person who really wants to be punished the most themselves. And so when they do something, they don't get any mercy, and they think the world is cruel. But they don't realize the world is only giving them back what they said everyone else deserves for their crime. So you better think about what you want for other people, the Course told me, because what you want for another person, that's exactly what you're asking for yourself, because the universe recognizes what to give you by what you give. So if I'm just giving judgment and giving condemnation and giving attack to everybody, then the universe is going, well, okay, that's what Earl wants. That's what he's looking for. You see, so I want to see you as innocent. That doesn't mean I see you as innocent completely yet. It's my goal. Right. And you can get the benefits of the goal of what you want almost as much as you can from actually getting the thing you want. The goal of being loving will attract as many loving people to you as you being able to be loving. Your wanting to be a peaceful person will attract more peaceful people to you than you actually being a peaceful person right now. You see, so I want to be a means for your abundance. I want to be a means for your joy. I want to be a means for your awakening. I'm doing this because I want to give what I really want to receive in my heart, because that's the only way I'm guaranteed to receive it, and then you benefit also. It's a great deal. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to give you what I want to receive. You know, and that's what I'm giving to you. You know, give me what you would like to receive, and then you're giving it to somebody who only wants your joy, who's not trying to manipulate you, because they know to manipulate you would be to manipulate me. If we are one, then anything I do to you is what I'm going to ask for me. Woo!
Yeah.
So since I don't want to attack you, then what Spirit does is Spirit seems to me put you in a position where you're just simply not around people who want to attack you.
Right.
That's what what's the easiest way to be safe? Well, to be where nobody wants to hurt you.
Right.
And you don't want to hurt yourself. That's the easiest place to be safe. And so I love the way Spirit is working out my peace. Spirit is working out my peace as I study this by creating loving environments for me to be in that I don't feel threatened in and I don't feel attacked in. And when it happens every now and then, I remember that that's just a residual old thought of guilt and sin of my own that isn't completely purified and gone yet. And so instead of dealing with the person, I'm dealing with, okay, they just reflected to me. I got a thought I need to change about myself and let it go. Thank you so much for being that person. Mwah! Then I go working on that thought in myself instead of dealing with trying to change them and make them nicer.
Yeah.
Forget it. So you're innocent, you're cute, you're beautiful,
And juicy.
and ridiculous amounts of juice. Just juice all everywhere. As soon as y'all leave, me and Sheila have to get a mop. That's how juicy y'all are.
That's right.
That's right. You're so good. All right, so take a breath, please. I love you. Happy Easter. Happy Easter.